that will be taking on the Thai fighter. Scheduled for 4, that is the bell for round number 1. And in the red corner, Jessebell Pagaduan has the black and yellow, takes on Panumad Bubpamalo in the blue. And already a fast start by Jessebell. She takes no time to go. Trying to end it early on, just relentless. We have a classic southpaw against an orthodox. But Jessebell just wants to try and end it early, it seems. Landed a nice combination. So when you've got a southpaw against an orthodox, remember you're battling for that lead leg. You want to get your lead leg on the outside of there so you can throw that backhand down the middle. And that's exactly what Jessebell's doing already. She's trying to find her footwork, trying to get that lead leg on the outside, and throws a nice right hook upstairs. Panumad just needs to be very careful. We know Jessebell's a very aggressive fighter. Panumad is the longer fighter. She should just use a jab, step away from Jessebell, and not allow her to get close. Jessebell looks very determined, very calm in there as well, flicking that jab, trying to find her range. Remember, this is the first round. You don't need to go too crazy. Just find your opponent and then land that power shot. And a big right hand attempted upstairs by Jessebell. And Jessebell lands a left hand downstairs. Some nice head movement as well. Less than a minute to go of round number 1, scheduled for 4. Both fighters now in the center of the ring. I'd like to see Panumad start pumping that jab out. She's the longer fighter. Just keep her on the end of a jab and throw that right hand or the right uppercut when Jessebell comes in with her head down. But Jessebell's boxing very intelligently, not giving anything away, not making any mistakes. And we see a big left hand upstairs landed. That is the timer for 10 seconds to go of round number 1. A very competitive first round, but I think Jessebell has taken this first round with the nice combinations to the body and head. Beautiful first round by both of these fighters, but of course, Jessebell, I think, with that relentless start to the round. Let's see some action replays here. And again, a very nice round by... Just got to go for it and try and add some wins in these rounds. Round number 2 underway. Jessebell from the Philippines in the black and yellow takes on Panumad in the blue from Thailand. Both fighters in the center of the ring. Will we see what we saw in the first? A nice blitz attempt from Jessebell. Jessebell just very determined, not giving anything away, and jumps in with a nice combination. Exactly what Jessebell needs to do. Just stay on the outside, and when she's ready for a combination, just jump in there with some explosive movements. Panumad just needs to stay calm, dance around with that jab, and both fighters attempt a right hand. Jessebell takes up the opportunity when Panumad was off guard. I think Panumad needs to start flicking that jab out now, start giving Jessebell something to worry about. Jessebell dives in with a nice, eats a right hand from Panumad, but again, Jessebell goes upstairs. And Jessebell now slowly closing the distance, getting her opponent against the ropes. And this is where Jessebell could come alive, but she takes some time, takes a back foot, less than a minute to go of round number 2. A very nice fight so far, very tactical fight, very well timed. Both fighters just flicking those jabs out, trying to find their opponent and then fire that range power shot down the middle. And an attempt by Jessebell, a nice feint indeed. And those feints are the best things you can do early on, and she eats a right hand. A little bit off balance, and Jessebell eats a right hand in the process. Again, Panumad did very well to snap up on that mistake made. In a fight like this where both fighters are very conservative, it's the first person to make a little bit of a mistake, and whoever counters on that is usually the winner in these exchanges. So when two fighters are trying to box perfectly, you're trying to find any edge you possibly can. And a beautiful left hand landed at the end by the Thai. Now, Jessebell in the first round started off very strong, but the Thai in the second round did land some nice combinations as well. And we're seeing some action replays here. You can probably see neither of these punches are actually landing clean. And that's because both fighters are just slightly out of range when the punches are being thrown. And when you're just a little bit out of range, you take the sting away from the punch. But that is yourself and get busier now, because there's only 4 rounds in this fight, and we're already in the 3rd round. That 2nd round was a very close one. Anyways, Jessebell Pagaduan, representing the Philippines in the black and yellow, takes on Panumad Bubpamalo in the blue. Both fighters in the center of the ring, and Jessebell doing exactly what she did before, staying very much out of range. Now, I'd like to see Panumad start stepping forward now, using a wider stance, trying to trick Jessebell's range and use that jab to her advantage. A nice right hand landed by Panumad, but Jessebell was the victor in that exchange with a nice body shot landed. The fight is very calm, trying to find their range to set up those big, powerful shots. Panumad needs to be more active, because right now Jessebell is looking like she's starting to bully Panumad just a little bit. She's a little bit more active. Jessebell just constantly moving, always looking determined and focused, not giving anything away. But the same with Panumad, not giving anything away as well. But Jessebell lands a nice left hand downstairs. Jessebell flicking out that jab and goes downstairs with a left hand, and it lands. And this is where Panumad needs to come alive and just go for it. But the head movement of Jessebell is beautiful. The head movement, the footwork. She's very good at evading damage. So I think that's why Panumad is a little bit hesitant to get on the inside. But Panumad just needs to flick that jab out. Just keep it firing, keep it pumping. Even if the jab's not landing, as long as you're not allowing your opponent to counter with a pull counter, you're going to be fine. Panumad just needs to throw that jab, throw that right hand. Jessebell being very good at timing her aggression. That is the timer for 10 seconds to go. Both fighters now in the center of the ring. Who's going to end this round stronger? But both fighters clear. Thailand taking on the Philippines. Jessebell from the Philippines in the black and yellow takes on Panumad in the blue from Thailand. Both fighters again in the center of the ring. Both fighters just trying again to find their range. But remember, this is the 4th round. You should have an idea of your range management now. And Jessebell getting a little bit closer with those jabs, and she goes for a blitz and lands. But of course, Panumad uses her range perfectly and lands a combination of her own. A very nice right hand landed. And a big hand upstairs landed by Panumad. But Jessebell, I think she knows she's got to take this fight to her opponent. 4 rounds is not a lot. You've got to just go for it now. Jessebell trying to find her range with that left hand. I think she wants to go downstairs with it. If she goes for it, I think she will land. But Panumad, very nicely done with the footwork, steps back. And both fighters in the corner, and they get involved in a clinch. And of course, very respectful. They do not take any shots. Back at it, less than a minute to go of round number 4, the final round. And a nice right hand landed by Panumad. That jab, but Jessebell gives her one of her own. And exactly what Jessebell needs to do, she needs to blitz her opponent. She needs to take it to her. You do not want the judges to give it to Panumad just because you didn't give it enough. Jessebell just trying to edge forward, but needs to blitz, needs to go for it, and lands a nice left hand upstairs. And that's exactly what she needs to do. Just be aggressive, be active. And another right hand upstairs, followed up by a left. Jessebell stealing this round away. And the nice footwork, and another left hand landed by Jessebell. Jessebell now doing exactly what she needs to do. 10 seconds to go. She may have stole this fight away and this round. Very nicely done by the Filipina, and some Pernell Whitaker style.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have scored this contest, but your winner by unanimous decision to the red corner. Give it up for Jessebell